welcome back to. Not welcome back. Basically, welcome back to Nick Lange's Comic Corner, Classics as Non-Classic, episode number 980. Yeah, roughly 20 episodes away from episode 1000. Yep. I may get to it in the next basically month or two, depends on how long it takes to get there. And Doubleshot number 834. I got two DC trades. First up it is Suicide Squad Volume 3, Death is for Suckers. This collects Suicide Squad Volume 4, issues 14 and 19. Written by Adam Glass. Yes, the guy who currently writes Teen Titans. Yes. This artwork has artwork here by Herrick Johnson, Senator Ferreira, Cliff Richards, and Fernando Benito. Now, I should point out that the Suicide Squad lamp in here is different from basically the Rebirth run. This lamp consists of Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, a guy called Yo-Yo, King Shark, and Voltic. And that's it. Waller is here, and this is, of course, the thin Waller. Not the fat Waller people have familiar with here. This is the skinny, smoking hot Waller that apparently someone in DC thought this was a good idea to do. And then by Rebirth, she's back to normal where she was. I mean, she's written pretty much the same as she normally is, except she's thin. First, this whole thing is basically the first, I'd say, 3 issues in here. Now, the first 3 issues of this trade is pretty much the tie-in for Death of the Family. Yep, where Joker just comes in, knocks at the Suicide Squad with the exception of Harley Quinn, takes Harley Quinn, tortures her for a little while, also beats the crap out of her, and then basically she proceeds to make out with him later. Then she bites out part of his tongue, and yeah, this tie-in is completely pointless. I mean, yes, she does appear in the tie-ins for Death of the Family. She doesn't do very much, yes. Now, my only guess is the reason why the DC allows Suicide Squad to be involved is because of Harley Quinn. Aside from that, this storyline has nothing to do with the main storyline, which the story that comes right after this is a follow-up to Basilisk Rising, where they've come across a guy called Regulus and see Yo-Yo's smoking hot sister. You have the battle, apparently ability to basically control plants, and apparently Yo-Yo dies, and also prior to the start of the storyline, Deadshot is basically now, in the Death of the Family started with, Deadshot apparently is dead, and then pretty much at the start of the next storyline, oh, he's alive! Well, the kind of is an explanation for that. They actually took themselves from Resurrection Man to accomplish this. Yes, that is seriously how they accomplished basically resurrecting frickin' Deadshot. Yeah, so apparently anybody who dies in the missions, yeah, their deaths are completely undone thanks to the power of Resurrection Man. Yeah, thanks to that crossover we had with his book. Yep. Now, pretty much at the end of this, basically we have Deadshot gets shot and says, oh yeah, we have a new leader of Suicide Squad. His name is the Unknown Soldier. Yep. The Unknown Soldier. I should point out, though, Adam Glass never did anything with this because he left the book right after the storyline wrapped up. And the book went through a couple different writers before, as I said on, the writer who would basically, I think he left. I'm trying to think. I think he did leave because he didn't say this book for very long. No, I don't think he did. Let me look him up on here. Yeah, Adam Glass. Yeah, because, well, the thing is, after he left this book, he did no comic book. Forget this. For 5 years. Until he decided to take up frickin' Teen Titans. Made an odd book, basically kind of his own Suicide Squad again. I have no idea why in the world DC gave him Teen Titans for it. It was okay for starters. The book's a lot better now. Let's see, I believe it was only just the first 19 issues. And that's it. Yep, that's pretty much all the guy did. Yeah, the storyline is just okay. I mean, Death of the Family stuff is completely pointless. It's not terrible. It's just a pointless tie-in. Yep. That doesn't have Joker fight Suicide Squad. Nope, despite the fact he does briefly fight him in the film, which came out a few years after this. Yeah, he briefly fights the film, but he never fights him in the comic. He just knocks them all out just to get Harley Quinn. Yep. But the artwork is not bad. The artwork is actually pretty good in here. I'm going to give this book roughly I'm giving it 8.5 out of 10. I know Adam Glass's run was not very popular with a lot of people, but the names they chose these trades is so bizarre. Like the first volume, which I'm going to get soon along with the flying trade. Yeah, the first one's called Kicked in the Teeth, and the second one's called Basilisk Rising, and here it's Death is for Suckers. And in the fourth volume, it's punishment. It's like divine and punish. It's like discipline and punishment. And the last one's called Walled In. Yeah, the trade names are so stupid. Yeah. All right, next up is Superman, Hell on Earth. This collects Superman Volume 3, issues 13 and 17. Superboy, volume, I believe this is volume 6, issues 14 and 17 in the annual, and Supergirl, volume 6, issues 14 and 17. Now, there is at least 3 different writers on here. You have, on Superman, you have Scott Lobdell. On Superboy, you have Tom DeFalco. And Supergirl, it's Mike Johnson. This is a Superman issue written by Kenneth Rackford. He does the artwork. For the artwork for Superboy, it's R.B. Silva, Rob Lynn, Roger Robertson, Emma Calito, Ron Perez, Emma Capina. Supergirl, it's Mohammed Asher, Scott Hanna, and Mike Deering. Now, I do have a slight problem with this trade and this one here. Yeah, there are pages missing from these trades. Yeah, because these trades are old. So, for this one, the pages are pretty much nearly falling out of the damn trade, and it feels like some of the covers are missing in here. Yeah, plot details are not exactly missing in here. Yeah, this is pretty much, I should point out, this crossover is the start of Lobdell's run for the book. A run that's not very long. Yeah, he comes to the book with this particular storyline, and then he leaves with issue 31. He only sends the book for roughly, 19 issues? Yeah. That's not a joke. He stays in the book for roughly 19 issues. Roughly almost 2 years. And then he leaves, and you have Jeff Johns come in the book, and then you have, right after him, then you have the writer who basically does... The two other writers that come after Jeff Johns. First is briefly John Romita Jr., who does one issue, and then you have the writer who basically is the writer of New Superman. He pretty much does the next, 19 issues, and the last couple issues that my Spirit Tomasi. Okay, what's the story for Hell on Earth? Okay, we have this character known as Hell. He apparently claims to be a former student of Jor-El. Yeah, this is him. Actually, no, that's not a good picture of him. This guy here, this is Hell. That's him. And he's somehow convinced Supergirl to fall in love with him. Yeah, this is a bit of an odd storyline. Yeah, this was yes, they guest starred the Justice League in here, which they had some pretty interesting fights in here. They have Supergirl take on frickin' Flash. And they also have issues take on Cyborg. Also, Hell hates clones. He does not like clones at all. And they also have a Teen... Now, for some reason, they don't list it here, but the Teen Titans also appear in this crossover as well. They don't do very much. I mean, you have... The only members show up in this one are just Bunker, Wonder Girl, Celeste, and Kid Flash. This, of course, is Bart Tour Kid Flash, not Bart Allen. Yep. And their effectiveness is just preparing the start of the Superboy stuff, and that's it. You have pretty much kind of, in a way, Superman interacting with Superboy for the first time, though he doesn't know it. He knew about him. And when Superman meets up with Supergirl, it's like, I don't have time to deal with your problems. Yeah. That's the kind of the odd thing about Supergirl. If you read her early books, she had this sort of anger problem when she started. She apparently just didn't know how to fit in, though one thing I do appreciate about the Supergirl issues here is that you have the character Silver Banshee, a Superman villain, being a supporting character in the book. I love the way that the Mike Johnson writes her. It's really good. Don't like, and also there is some artistic hiccups in here. Okay, in the case of Supergirl, like on the back of her outfit, like one point it's like blue with like a red line, like basically implying she's wearing a thong. Another point she's basically wearing, well, basically we see here, yeah, that thing right there, like what she's wearing there, yeah, that's on the other side of her outfit. Yeah, that's not the only artistic fail in here. As far as I know, there's only like bits and pieces. Yeah, and also the artwork in here, the artist has a fetish for showing Supergirl a lot more sexier than she's supposed to be appearing. Yeah, they have like frequent, like several butt shots in here. Yes, I have no idea. Now, I don't have a problem with butt shots. I mean, there's like several just in the Supergirl issues alone. I would say, now, the one thing that's kind of a problem with this storyline is the artwork. The artwork is not terrible per se. You have some hiccups with it, but it's somewhat inconsistent of how the artist draws the character Hell. I would say that Keith Rockford's artwork is probably the best one because he is really good. His most recent book he did was Sideways, though he left for the first few issues. But his artwork is really good, and his artwork is just, well, RB Silva does a really good job in here. The one for Superboy's artwork is really good. The one for Supergirl's, well, let's see here. Her artwork is just okay at most. Yeah, at some points it looks kind of, also, there's artistic fails related to Wonder Woman. Okay, here's how Wonder Woman, basically, how her outfit's supposed to look. Okay? Yeah, Supergirl is not the only one who suffers from artistic fails. Yeah. Summer points in here, we have Wonder Woman looking like that instead of like normal bottom that she normally has, they apparently draw her like she's wearing frickin' shorts. I do not know why this is. I'm trying to look it up in here. Let's see if I can find it here. Let's see here. They also have a debut of a character known as Oracle appear at the end of the storyline. Yeah, he doesn't do very much after the storyline wraps up, aside from making Superboy his herald. Well, this Superboy, not the pre-Flashpoint one. I mean, look, here's Supergirl's outfit from the back. That's what it's supposed to look like, but at some points, it's just not drawn the correct way. It's like, it's making her look like she's have a thong on when you see the back of her outfit. Yeah. Also, at one point, when Superboy is wounded, they have him put on the armor. And this I call bullcrap with how they have transferred the armor. Now, it's shown in Action Comics, too many times it just puts in like a normal costume. Here, apparently, just take off the S, put it on Superboy, and that basically allows put on the outfit with it, minus the cape. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, what? Like, you read this, and you have read, if anyone have read the Action Comics run for Grant Morrison, they would know that, okay, here is something I'm talking about right here. This is basically an incorrect way of how they drew Wonder Woman's bottom. I mean, look at this. It looks like she's wearing shorts. Yes, that's not a joke. She looks like she's wearing freaking shorts. Yeah, I do not know why they have her drawn like this for. Yeah, it's particularly very weird. And here's some Supergirl artwork. Yeah, the way they draw Flash in here, it's actually not that bad. I don't have a problem with how they draw Flash. The artwork, I think, basically complements him really well. Yeah. I'm trying to find that artistic fail for Supergirl, where they draw the back of her outfit. Where, I mean, if you look at it, it looks like she's wearing a freaking thong. We also have this woman. It's not Lana Lang. It's the queen from the previous story that came before this. In the pages of I think it was Action Comics, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, most of the story, also we have Lex Luthor appears in here. Now, I've heard from one particular super, he does not like the way Lex Luthor appears in here. I mean, he's got scars, though he does get plastic surgery to get rid of this stuff. But yes, I do agree. This was a dumb idea for somebody at DC to do. I mean, to give Lex Luthor scars on his face. Okay, give scars on his body with his face? No, that's kind of dumb. I don't really know why. Also, apparently, the military is going to be very trigger happy. It's like they'll shoot anything that's not the frickin' that's not one of theirs. I'm trying to find it here where they draw like the back of Supergirl's outfit and it's completely wrong. Okay, I'm trying to find it here. It's getting difficult to find it here. I'm trying to find it here. Hang on. And look, here's another time when Wonder Girl's bottom looks like she's wearing shorts, even though it's supposed to be like, different. I know it's here. Just gotta find it here. Take me a little while to find this in here. Okay, here's looks like Supergirl's front. Apparently, looks like the artist decided to not draw her front properly. Yeah, you don't see like the bottom of her outfit for some reason. Yeah, that's one of the few artistic fails. I'm like, okay, like, is there a reason why her outfit's drawn like that? Where they apparently forgot to draw the little front thing. I kind of wish they would be consistent when it comes to these characters' attires. Now, I have to ask, like, the book itself doesn't really explain of why in the world that Supergirl is attracted to frickin' Hell. That's the guy's name, Hell. Yeah, it's not thoroughly explained of why. Okay, here's the other one I was talking about right here. I mean, clearly see that Hell is basically showing off his device can destroy the planet. Okay, now last time I checked, this is not what the back of her outfit was supposed to look like. I mean, here, yeah, it's a butt shot. Okay, fine, but it's not a close one. But last time I checked, that's not what the back of her outfit was supposed to look like at all. I mean, yeah, I prefer her basically wearing the skirt. Basically, you can identify, I mean, yeah, she's a woman, fine. But I don't really get why they got rid of that, just because they want to show off more legs for her. Yeah. I mean, I like the outfit they had for her, like, during, like, the outfit they had post-crisis for her. That was a good outfit. I don't mind the outfit they have on the Supergirl TV show. Yes, it doesn't show off her abdomen. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But at least it looks like, yeah, it's a Supergirl outfit. This outfit, well, it's kind of like, okay, they apparently just, well, it looks like they basically just also have her boots appear like this. Yeah, but it's only for this story that Supergirl's outfit's inconsistently drawn. I mean, also, Wonder Woman suffered to this as well. I don't really get why. Okay, this is also stuck right here. Look at this. Look at this trade. These are actually pages from the damn trade. Yeah, this is how I got this trade from the library. Yeah. The story itself is just, it's pretty good. I don't have necessarily a big problem with it. It's just that my problem with reading it is the fact the pages are falling out. But it consistently, now the writing is pretty consistent across the 3 books, with the exception of how the story starts. I appreciate that the trade actually put this up supposedly in order, but I think in the case of Supergirl, they should probably put hers first, because if you read this like, okay, you have Supergirl just randomly showing up, and she's working with Hell for some reason, I would have put her issue first. Yes, her issue tie-in that explains how in the world that she met him. That would have made more sense since I was Superman. My guess is the reason why I put Superman issue first in here, and this is my personal theory, because he's a bigger character than Supergirl is. Mm-hmm. Yep. But it's not a terribly written story. No. I've never heard my friend Tavia talk about the story. Not really very much. It's not a terrible story per se, but in my opinion, this is just my opinion when it comes to this particular run. That I never had a really big problem with this story. It's just that, well, this is the start when the book gets a little better after George Perez left. I mean, the book was written by Dan Jurgens and Keith Giffen. In between, it was okay, wasn't terrible, but this is when the book got a little bit better. And I'm gonna give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Yeah. It does suffer from a problem that a lot of DC crossovers suffer through. I mean, not only this one, but also not Krypton Returns per se. That one is separate to just a one trade. It just this one, The Culling, Doomed. Let's see. Oh yeah, Final Days of Superman, Savage Dawn. Yes, for some reason they have to have multiple trades collect one story instead of just doing this. Yeah, if you notice, like the third trade for Superman, it's called Fury World's End. It's the Superman issues for this crossover. Yes, seriously. I have no idea why in the world this is. And Superboy has suffered this twice because he did. This also happened with him with the Culling as well because this was a crossover he was involved with. Yeah, his title throughout this entire era for New 52, when the last 34 issues, it was part of 3 crossovers. This was the second one. First it was the Culling, then this, and then Krypton Returns. And that's it. Yeah. As for Supergirl, this was the first one she was part of. She was definitely part of Krypton Returns, and she was also part of a crossover with Red Lanterns. Aside from that, that was it. The current Rebirth run basically does not have her part of any crossover. Nothing I can think of, no. For Superman, this was the first one that he was involved with. I mean, yes, Krypton Returns, Doomed, Dark Truth, Savage Dawn, and Final Day of Superman. He's part of 6. This is the first one. But at least you gotta give praise DC when it comes to Superman. At least they waited over. At least they had 1 year before they did this crossover. Unlike a lot of the other books, like they couldn't even wait like barely a year just to have a crossover. Yes, you have the Culling happening like where it's barely been a year yet, and basically happened like 9 issues in. The same thing happened with a lot of the other crossovers. Yeah, that was one of the problems people had a lot with New 52. Was the crossovers happening too soon. But in the case of Superman, they did not make that mistake with Superman. They did kind of make the mistake for Batman, but at least the crossovers there made freaking sense. But Superman, well, at least his books basically for crossovers are consistent when it comes to writing. I mean, this crossover had 3 writers. I think the next one had also got 3 writers as well. Doom had probably about 4 or 5 writers in that story. Savage, like, the only Superman crossover that had 1 writer was Final Days of Superman. That was the only one. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my movie review the 4th James Bond film. Yep. Now my next Comic Corner, when I get a chance to do it, I'm going to review an X-Men trade plus another Xenoscope trade, okay? But until you see the next review, bye.